So I'm Jeff McDonald. I'm a lawyer turned chef, turned back to lawyer because I figured that there's more money in being a lawyer than in trying to make an occasional wedding cake or to cater a job. Plus I found that it's really hard being a professional chef or a baker. It's pretty hard work. I started my cooking career, well, eating when I was young. Loved to do that. And I had a client of mine who was a teacher down at Kendall College. And he called me up and said, you know, they're doing a knife skills class. So if you like cooking, why don't you come? So my wife and I did. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. Everybody's wearing a chef costume. Nobody calls it a chef coat. I call it, well, everybody calls it a chef coat. I call it a chef costume. But, and we played in the kitchen, played with knives, learned that I was doing everything wrong, learned how to cut an onion and learned how to cut a chicken. And that taste, I think, was kind of nice, because then I thought, well, gee, maybe I'll take some more classes. And I started looking at the price of Kendall and the proximity of Harper and the cost of Harper, so I just went there. And I met the program director, and he said, yeah, everybody wears chef costumes, so you know, I was good to go there. And I had another friend of mine who was about 60, or about 55, a little bit older than me, and he said he'd take the classes with me. So he and I would take like one class a semester, and we did all of the grunt kind of things that everybody does. We washed hours and hours and hours of dishes. My first cooking teacher told me that the first thing you have to learn is that if you're gonna cook, you gotta do your own dishes. So I remember I did a 50th birthday party for my wife, and I think I spent 3 days doing dishes. It was phenomenal. But anyway, I finished all the classes there that I could take. I did all the cooking classes and all the baking classes. And the program director said, hey, I've got this seminar class, do you want to teach it? So I said, okay. And the deal was, I could teach whatever I wanted, but I had to write the syllabus, I had to figure out the ingredients, I had to write the whole program of what we were doing. And I had to learn the materials too, well enough to teach them. So I've been doing that for about 4 or 5 years now. And one of those classes I taught was chocolates and confections. So while there are so many people that are that much better than me at this stuff, but I think I have at least a good teaching knowledge, and I can show you things that you can do to make your desserts look fancy like you see in the restaurants.